It was really kind of our joint funds that paid the bulk of the property, and therefore we should be entitled to split it 4 ways. I just want this to be done because this is the only thing that still ties me to Kody and Robyn. And I'm ready to just close that chapter. I'm getting some financial stuff worked out. I've retained a lawyer and he's asking me to sort of put together some of the documents. I saw what was happening, but I trusted it would all work out in the end. And looking back now, I'm like, wow, I was really dumb. Why did I not insist that we were all titled on all the pieces? As of right now, nothing concrete has still happened with Coyote Pass. I am trying to collect all the documentation I need to explain to the lawyer what happened as far as the payment on the land.
The drama surrounding Kody and the infamous Coyote Pass has reached a boiling point. And let's just say, Janelle and Mary aren't holding back anymore. Fans of the show have been watching this family's financial saga unfold like a slow-motion train wreck. But now, things are getting juicy. With Kody's promises of fairness ringing hollow and the women finally lawyering up, it's clear this isn't just about dividing land. It's about exposing secrets, shady dealings, and maybe even some criminal activity. Yes, you heard that right, criminal activity. And thanks to a bombshell clip from the Australian edit of the show, we're about to dive into the messy details that have everyone talking. Buckle up, because this is the tea you didn't know you needed. The tension between Janelle, Mary, and Kody has been simmering for seasons, but it's Coyote Pass that's become the ultimate battleground. For those who've been following along, it's no secret that this piece of land is the last thread holding this fractured family together, both on and off screen. And while Kody's been playing the fair and reasonable card, Janelle and Mary aren't buying it. In fact, they've officially lawyered up, and their recent Zoom conversation reveals just how deep the mistrust runs. Janelle didn't hold back, dropping hints that Kody's behavior isn't just sketchy, it might be downright illegal. Cue the gasps. But here's where it gets even wilder. That Australian edit of the show, it's serving up a clip so explosive, it's got fans questioning everything they thought they knew about Kody. Janelle's revelations are jaw-dropping, and while we're not legal experts, the implications are enough to make anyone side-eye Kody's every move. From shady financial dealings to the possibility of criminal acts, this family's drama is no longer just reality TV fodder, it's a full-blown scandal. And with the show on a mid-season break, now's the perfect time to unpack all the details. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this. Can we talk about how frustrating it is that Sister Wives episodes are airing differently across countries? Like, why do we need a VPN and a detective badge just to watch the same show? Episode 19 has a bombshell moment from Janelle and Mary's Zoom conversation that, as far as I know, has only aired in the UK and Australia. Normally, when TLC cuts scenes from the US episodes, they eventually pop up as bonus content on YouTube. But this one, nowhere. And I don't think it ever will be, especially if Kody has anything to say about it. I'm no lawyer, but what Janelle reveals in this clip, it sounds like a crime. The American version of episode 19 was already chaotic, showing why Janelle and Mary now feel the need for legal representation against Kody. But this missing footage, it takes things to a whole new level. Christine has even talked about how scared she was of law enforcement growing up. And let's not forget, when she was leaving Kody, he straight up tried to manipulate her by saying the government would take Truly away. Now, fast forward, and we've got 2 women raised in fundamentalist polygamy lawyering up against him. That is massive. In this Zoom call, Janelle and Mary are basically comparing notes on their legal battles with Kody. And let's just say, he is proving himself to be an absolute dumpster fire of a human being. If this scene never sees the light of day in the US, we all know why.
We all paid for it equally. It's really unfortunate that it's come to this.
I've offered to help with the property, and it's just a simple process of adding names to titles.
I'm working on this. I'm not rushing, but I'm not your servant to boss around.
I have had my suspicions he's doing something and doesn't want us to know, which is worse.
I remember when we bought the property asking about it, like, why is it that I am only on this property? And Kody had a big issue with the fact that I was questioning it.
But I don't know who he is anymore. I don't recognize who this guy is.
We didn't pay for Coyote Pass all equally. I paid for an entire lot all by myself. at least 92% of it.
I honestly have no idea why it was set up the way that it was set up.
So to me, it feels like Kody has kind of two speeds. Like either he's ignoring me when I ask about the property, or else he's really gung-ho, which always makes me like, why?
I didn't think that Kody was capable of something like that.
Hold on to your wallets, because the financial drama in Kody and Mary's world just hit a new level of messy. Mary insists that all expenses were split evenly, until Kody jumps in, proudly claiming he covered one of the lots entirely by himself. But wait, just seconds later, he backtracks. Okay, maybe not entirely, but 92%, which in his mind is basically the same thing. Sound familiar? This isn't the first time Kody's financial storytelling has raised eyebrows. Remember when he and Robyn supposedly gifted Christine the down payment for her house? Yeah, turns out that money came from the family fund, not their personal pockets. So, if we follow that same logic, his 92% contribution to the lot, probably still funded with Janelle and Mary's money. The audacity is unreal. It's frustrating to watch how blindly these women have accepted this financial imbalance for so long. The unequal distribution of resources within this family is glaring, yet they've tolerated it without question. And let's be real, women have fought too hard for basic financial rights, from owning property to having their own bank accounts, to be this financially vulnerable in 2024. If there's one lesson to take from Janelle and Mary's struggle this season, it's that financial independence is non-negotiable. Cover your assets, ladies, because no one else will. And speaking of red flags, when Janelle says she feels like Kody is up to something and actively hiding things from her, trust that intuition. Keep that in mind, because we're circling back to this in episode 19, where she meets up with David and Christine to dive deeper into just how little control she ever had over her own money. Spoiler alert, it's about to get even messier.
When we all first started, there was kind of like this thing. We weighed in on what bills should be paid, how we were going to pay, who got priority.
I was a father to 18 and a husband to more than just Janelle. So we had a lot of places that money needed to go that weren't always Janelle's business.
And then the last several years, Kody would just take out funds and I don't know what for. And the money was just being spent, which is great. We did that. We set our family up that way.
Yeah.
But like towards the end, it was just really hard.
Kody Brown just keeps proving that financial responsibility is not his strong suit. This man was out here casually withdrawing money, and Janelle, the actual family accountant, had no idea where it was going. Funds were just disappearing into the Kody abyss, and at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if his financial strategy was just manifesting wealth and hoping for the best. Janelle, girl, you are too smart for this mess. I know you hate having to relive this nonsense because, let's be real, it's not a great look for you or Mary. And every single time Kody tries to pull the "I was a father to 18" card, I just want to scream. To who? Sir, you can barely take care of yourself, let alone a small village of children. Please take several seats and kindly remove that Titanic-era David Yurman Heart of the Ocean necklace and that horsey ring from the premises immediately. And let's talk about this money. If these funds were coming out of the family account, the one Janelle oversees, the one everyone contributes to, then guess what? It's everyone's business, you absolute clown. Acting like it's his personal piggy bank is wild. But hold on, because it gets worse. Turns out, that infamous Zoom call revealed something even messier, something that might actually have legal consequences. And the gag, someone overseas got their hands on the footage and sent it straight to Without a Crystal Ball. Huge shout out to the anonymous hero who dropped this bombshell. And of course, props to Katie Joy for sharing it.
Go get his name off my bank account. And he went in one day and didn't tell me, took his name off all of my accounts and closed the family business account, which I had been keeping open so I could get records pulled and all that. I went to log into the business account. It's like, there's not an account. I'm like, what? I was going to do it, but I had kind of kept it open because I just wanted to make sure that until this property is settled, that those records were all there, because a lot of the transactions for the land came from that account.
This is the same Kody who has spent years playing the victim while simultaneously making sure he's always the one with control. And now when the receipts are about to come out, he's scrambling. If you ask me, this screams damage control. Let's not forget, reality TV stars have a long history of thinking they're untouchable, until they're not. Jen Shah, Todd Chrisley, they all thought they could play the system until the system played them right into a prison jumpsuit. And Kody, well, he might want to start researching inmate-friendly hair care routines, because if he keeps moving like this, he could be next. Now, it all makes sense why Janelle and Mary decided to lawyer up, Kody keeps pretending like he's going to play fair, but at this point, who's actually believing that? Luckily for them, and for us, this is all unfolding on national television. Every sneaky move, every shady financial decision, it's all on display. And if Kody thought he could just rewrite history, he clearly forgot one thing. The internet never forgets. But what do you guys think? Is Kody panicking because the truth is about to catch up with him? Or is this just another attempt to manipulate the narrative? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And while you're here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. If you've ever dealt with joint bank accounts, you know how messy they can get, especially when things go south. But when it comes to Janelle and Kody, it's not just messy, it's a full-blown financial soap opera. Now, let's talk about this whole bank account situation. If an account doesn't specifically say "and" in the title between two names, either person can typically access the funds. Meaning, one person can drain the entire account, no questions asked, and let's just say that possibility isn't sitting well with some people. I was about ready to pull out my own bank statement just to double check, because honestly, the way things are playing out, it makes you wonder. Janelle's been handling this the way most of us would, avoiding a whole production at the bank. Instead of going in herself, she sends her husband, lets him handle it, and moves on with her day. But now, well, now she might want to rethink that strategy. Because here's the kicker, this whole situation is common. Banks usually see joint account funds as fair game for either party, but what if one person decides to take more than their fair share? What if the money isn't split fairly? And what if, let's just say, someone, cough Kody cough, decides to take it all? Some fans are convinced that's exactly what's happened. And let's just say, they're not holding back. He stole the money, one comment bluntly put it. Hope she kept the last amount in there. Others are wondering if he even had the right to close the account without her there. And then, of course, there's the other burning question. When is someone finally going to step up and shut this whole circus down? Fans are tired of waiting for something to happen. One person summed it up perfectly. I'm waiting for the day when one of Janelle's sons knocks the ever-living crap out of him. That would be a wonderful finale. And honestly, that might be the dramatic ending this saga deserves, because at this point, Kody isn't just an ex-husband. He's officially earned the title of despicable father, trifling thief, and overall menace to the family. It's honestly impressive how he manages to get worse every single day. And yet, Janelle, Kody, Meri, and Robyn are all still sitting in the middle of this mess, dragging their feet like they've got all the time in the world. Meanwhile, Christine, she's been done. She handled her business, left, and is out living her best life. The rest of them, still stuck in this endless, drawn-out drama. So what's the holdup? What are we waiting for? Seriously. What are we doing? What do you think about Kody closing the account? And more importantly, why does Janelle still have his name on hers? Is there more to the story than meets the eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I've got plenty more coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video or down in the comments. Kody's alleged actions have triggered a serious legal drama, and we need to break down exactly what's going on and why this might be the end of the road for a business partnership already on the rocks. So here's the deal. I'm going to break it down for those who might still be confused. Kody allegedly had access to business accounts shared with other members of a company. The thing is, under federal law, he didn't have the right to take all of the money from that account. In fact, it's described as embezzlement, the fraudulent appropriation of property by someone who is entrusted with it. Unlike regular theft, where the original taking is unlawful, in embezzlement, the property came into the defendant's hands legally, but then they allegedly took it for their own use. In Kody's case, he got the money legally, but then, allegedly, he converted it fraudulently and used it for personal gain. Ouch! What makes this even worse? To prove embezzlement, prosecutors need to show that the person acted with the intent to deprive the owner of their property. And according to the details, Kody allegedly set up this whole trust just to do exactly that. Take the money and leave his business partners, Janelle and Meri, high and dry. This isn't just a case of poor judgment. This is a specific intent crime under the law, meaning Kody allegedly knew exactly what he was doing when he took those funds. Now, let's get into what happens next. We're talking about serious penalties here. Up to 10 years in federal prison if he's charged with embezzlement. But that's not all. When you're talking about hidden money, there's often a secondary charge of money laundering. That's when you try to hide or disguise illegally obtained funds, making it look like the money came from a legal source. So if Kody allegedly took that money from the business account and then stashed it in a different bank, maybe through a shell company or trust, that's classic money laundering, and that could add another 20 years in prison to his sentence. Now, if you're wondering just how serious this is, yeah, this is no slap on the wrist. Embezzlement and money laundering are both white-collar crimes with huge consequences. This is exactly why I've been saying over and over again. These are serious offenses, not something to brush off. This isn't just about a shady business deal. It's about betrayal and criminal charges that could change everything. And here's the kicker. Janelle was the one who really broke it down when she said, "This is the dissolution of a business. The trust is gone, the money's allegedly gone, and the partnership, well, it's definitely on the brink of collapse. It's a mess, and there's a lot more to come as this case unfolds." So, yeah, folks, this isn't some minor business mix-up. We're talking about legal trouble that could have life-changing consequences for everyone involved. People are saying that Kody's allegedly for years has been stealing hundreds of thousands. Yes, hundreds. Through fraud, embezzlement, and possibly money laundering. That's some serious criminal activity, people. He's not just taking a few bucks here and there. We're talking big-time theft. And if anyone had the sense to look into his paper trail, it'd be game over. But for some reason, this is all happening so publicly, it's almost like he's daring someone to stop him. Well, newsflash, buddy, it's gonna catch up with you. Now, here's the kicker. Kody's not just out here committing crimes like it's no big deal. He's allegedly trying to hide it all through a trust. Yeah, that's right. He's got this whole scheme going where he's trying to shield his assets. But guess what? It's also obvious. It's like watching someone try to hide a massive stack of cash under a tiny rug. This isn't a genius move. It's just ridiculous. And let's be real here. This whole thing reminds me of Todd Chrisley and his public meltdown. Todd went down because he made it so easy for the feds to pick up on his ridiculous moves. Kody's no different. It's only a matter of time before someone flips on him, and then it's game over. Speaking of flips, imagine if one of Kody's wives or someone close to him decided to spill the beans to the feds. You'd better believe that this whole thing would come crashing down like a house of cards. And if that happens, guess what? The feds might not just be looking at Kody anymore. They might start looking at everyone involved, including the production company. Yeah, you heard that right. If TLC is aware of this mess and they're still paying Kody, they could be in deep trouble too. This isn't just a show anymore. It's about money. And if they're aware of what's going on and let it slide, they might just be complicit in all this shady business. But here's where it gets even crazier. Why isn't anyone calling the feds? Why are these women still trying to handle it civilly? Forget that. This isn't just about Coyote Pass anymore. We're talking joint bank accounts, businesses, and ownership. Kody's stealing from his wives and trying to cover it up with legal loopholes, but the women have a right to that money. If they're all listed as members on business documents, they've got a joint say in this. And Kody's trying to pull a fast one. He's a thief, plain and simple, and they need to call in the FBI to handle this, not keep playing nice. Honestly, it's frustrating watching all of this unfold. The fact that Kody's out here doing this so openly, without any fear of consequences, is insane. This isn't just about a messed up family drama, it's about serious financial crimes. And the feds need to get involved. It's time to stop dancing around the issue and start bringing this man to justice. If you agree with me, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should they go to the FBI, or is there still hope for a civil resolution? Either way, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss the next twist in this never-ending drama. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!